Hi guys, I'm Woodcraft Hamster, and I've been thinking, it's been a while since we did a carving series, so that's what I thought I'd do for you today. Now here I have a piece of sycamore that you've probably seen in some of my other videos, very kindly donated by a friend of mine. And this has sort of been calling out to me in the workshop for the last 4 or 5 months. It's been inside a bin liner so that it doesn't dry out too quickly, and there's no splitting or anything yet. It's kind of starting to dry out a little bit, but it's still partially green, which is fine for carving. And what I'm going to do, I want to split this down into a usable blank, which I'll do on camera in a second with this, which is my throw, which I'm sure you've all seen before. And what I'm planning on doing, I'm sorry about the planes guys, I want to split off this sort of front section first, then I want to split down the middle, so basically I get quite a thick plank. That's going to be the basis of my bowl blank. And what I would normally do is split it right down the centre, tidy up the split, lay it face down, and then carve from this sort of curved section. Now that's how I normally make a bowl, but I've sort of seen a few videos and things online recently where people have done it a slightly different way. So essentially, rather than this being the part of the bowl, this is going to become the base, and then the wider section up here is going to be the bowl. That's the plan anyway. So what I'm going to do, let me just split this down. I won't bother moving the camera for a change. Let's see if this works first time. Okay, so we've got half of it off, that's fine. We'll flip it over. And it is still fairly fresh inside. It's a little bit drier than I thought it was going to be, but that's not a problem. So let's see if we can get this other bit off. So there we go, not the most tidiest of splits, I'll grant you. I'll give you a quick close-up. But that's fine for what I need it for. And I think what we'll do is I'm going to try and split this down. Now I may cut the camera in a second if this takes longer than I think it will. Let's have a look. Go. Not as bad as I thought it would be. So that is basically going to be my bowl blank. And what I think I'm going to do, save boring you guys with all the detail, I'll tidy this up a little bit with the axe just to get it all nicely smoothed down, and I'll come back in a moment. Right then guys, so here is our blank for our bowl. Now I was very fortunate on the second split, which was this face here, which is going to become the internal side of our bowl. Now this, hopefully you can get a bit of a view from that there. It's nice and straight. It was a very clean split, a little bit of pith in the middle, but that's fine. We're going to carve that out anyway. Unfortunately on the first split, which obviously took me 2 goes, there's an indentation which hopefully you can kind of see on the camera there. Now I've carved this down as far as I'm willing to, and still have a little bit of depth in this bowl. It shouldn't be a problem. It sits quite nice. There's a little bit of a wiggle which we'll carve out, but it sits quite nicely on a flat surface. So really, I think that's probably about it for today. This was really just about roughing out our blank, getting it ready for carving, and I think what I'll do in the next video, we'll start off marking out what the bowl's actually going to look like, and then we'll start taking a little bit of material out as well. So I hope it was useful, guys. I'm going to try and keep these videos fairly short, sort of one step at a time, just so that I'm not sort of doing 20, 30, 40-minute videos and basically boring you all. So I'm going to try and keep these fairly short, but that's where we are for today. And as I say, I mean, this is a fairly sort of uniform, it's probably, I don't know, 2.5, 3 inches thick all the way around. And as I say, this is going to become sort of a long bowl or a serving bowl of some description, and it's a new technique for me. Normally I would do this the other way round, so we'll basically see how this is going to go. Other thing I was going to show you, let's have a look. In fact, I managed to carve most of it away now. It was starting to develop just a little bit of sporting in there, but actually if I, hopefully this will pick up on the camera okay, but you've got some really nice straight grain running all the way down this, and it does look very nice. I mean, you've still got a little bit of sporting here. You can see the green areas where the sporting was starting to set in. Now I don't know if that will continue while I'm carving or if I'll end up carving it all away. Only time will tell, but I do like that as a texture on a piece of carved wood, so we'll see how it goes. But anyway guys, hope it was useful. As I say, this is probably going to take, let's think about this, probably 5 or 6 episodes I would have thought, to hollow it out, shape the bowl, have a little fiddle around with the handles, do some sanding, and then the final finishing. So I hope you'll all join me for this series. Comments and questions in the box below. Hit like and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I hope you'll all join me next time. Thanks guys.